any question which has been resolved either in the affirmative or in the negative during the preceding 6 months in the same session. However, paragraph 2A indicates that despite paragraph 1, a motion to rescind the decision on such a question may be moved with the permission of the Speaker. So this afternoon, this particular standing order will be guiding this particular procedural motion to rescind that particular resolution that was made Thursday last week, that is the 24th of July, 2025, regarding the election, regarding the second reading of the Election Offences Amendment Bill, a bill that is originating from the Senate. Then a question again will be put regarding this particular bill for it to proceed to the next stage. This particular bill, meaning that the vote that will be taken again this afternoon, or the question will be regarding that particular bill, be read for the second time at the National Assembly, and then proceed to the next stage. The bill basically seeks to amend Election Offences Act and also taking into consideration proposals by the public that were made during the National Dialogue Committee. That is the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Dr. Moses Masika Wetangula, making his way into the chamber to preside over this afternoon sitting. I will now be handing you over to this particular business for you to follow, a broadcast that is brought to you by PBU in partnership with KBC. Good afternoon.
Mheshimiwa, tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu ambaye kwa hekima na wema wako umeteua nyadhifa za viongozi na mabunge kwa ustawi wa jamii na utawala wa haki wanadamu, tukusihi utazame kwa neema nyingi sisi watumishi wako ambao ameridhika kutuita ili tutekeleze shughuli muhimu za jamhuri yetu. Tunakuomba uteremshie baraka zako sisi tuliokutanika hapa, na utujalie tuyatende na kufikiria mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili utukufu na sifa zako siendelezwe, na ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao hajasawa umesikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Sergeant, ring the quorum bell.
The House is about to commence its business. However, there is a quorum hitch. Much as the prayer has been said and the chair taken, pursuant to provisions of the House Standing Order number 34, that if the quorum is not present, at least 50 members are not present inside the House, then that would mean that the House is not quorated yet for it to be able to commence its sitting. And therefore, that would mean that a quorum bell be rung for 10 minutes, just to give an allowance, as well as alert the members who may be within the precincts of Parliament that the House is having a quorum hitch and that their presence inside the chamber is highly required. And so they might or may hasten their steps to join their colleagues already in the chamber. As that bell is on, we shall continue to take a look at the business that the members this afternoon, as they convene, will be transacting. the Election Offences Bill 2024, Amendment Bill 2024, seeks to amend the Election Offences Act, specifically Section 6 of the Election Offences Act 2016, and also to give effect to recommendations and views of the public that were submitted during the National Dialogue Discourse on the issues of electoral justice and related matters, outstanding constitutional matters, fidelity to political parties or coalitions, and the law on multi-party democracy, entrenchment of the national government, Constituency Development Fund, Senate Oversight Fund, and the National Government Affirmative Action Fund, and establishment and entrenchment of state offices. So this is a bill that its debate was already done comprehensively or conclusively on the floor of the House. It's a bill that is at its second reading stage. And a question will this afternoon be put again. This follows a procedural motion to rectify an error that was done, to rescind on a decision that was done on Thursday, 24th of July, 2025, regarding the second reading of the Election Offences Amendment Bill, a bill originating from the Senate. This afternoon, also pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 44, paragraph 2C, there are statements that were sought by members, various members, and this afternoon, the relevant committees will be responding to these statements. One of the statements is the one that was sought by the Honorable Member for Kirinyaga County, Honorable Njeri Maina, regarding the increasing incidences of human trafficking in Kenya. And this is a statement that was forwarded to the Administration and Internal Security Committee. So this afternoon, in the order of business for the members of the National Assembly, this particular statement that was sought will be responded to by a committee. Also, the other statement that will be responded to is regarding the disappearance of Mr. Abdi Rizak Mohammed Yule, that was sought by the Honorable Member, Umulher Harun, nominated member. This is also a statement that the Committee on Administration and Internal Security will be responding to this afternoon. If you're just joining us, is that the House is about to commence its sitting. A quorum hitch is currently facing the House in terms of it being able to commence its sitting until that quorum is present as provided for in the House Standing Order 34. It is a House of Rules and thereby has to adhere to its own rules. So that is a quorum bell currently on. Once the quorum is achieved, then we shall be handing you over back to the business. Let's listen into the speaker.
Clerk.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, my Speaker. Thank you very much for this opportunity to present papers. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, in the afternoon. Honorable Speaker, I want to start with the reports of the Auditor General and financial statements of Total Technical and Vocational College for the year ended 30th June 2022, 30th June 2023, and 30th June 2024, and the certificates therein. 2, Auditor General's summary report on donor-funded projects for the financial year 2023-2024. 3. 2024 Annual Status Report on Water, Sanitation and Irrigation from the Ministry of Water. Financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2024 and certificates therein in respect of 1. Gilgil Technical and Vocational College, 2. Kathiani Girls High School, 3. Njoro Technical Training Institute, and 4. St. Michael Kabaa High School. I thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I beg to lay.
Thank you, Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Health. Disband that Kamkunji and go on to business.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Wednesday, 30th July 2025. A report of the Departmental Committee on Health on the consideration of the President's memorandum to the Cancer Prevention and Control Amendments, Bill number 2, National Assembly Bill number 45 of 2022. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Next order. Yes, Shakil.
Honourable Speaker, sir, I had requested for a notice of motion, and I don't see that it may be registered here.
On what issue?
It's on the expression of concern on the Middle East conflict.
I thought it was a statement.
Well, yes, it was actually...
It was not a motion.
It was advised as a motion, but I can make the statement, sir.
I allowed you to make a statement.
Can I please make it a statement, sir?
Not now. We have not reached statements. Take your seat. I'll alert you when we get there. Next.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honourable members, will skip order number 7 for now, dispose of orders number 9. Yeah? Is 8? Honourable members, first, today we're expecting the Minister for Internal Security or for Interior. He's written to the Speaker requesting to be excused because he's on urgent national duties elsewhere. The Speaker has acceded to his request. So we'll direct the majority leadership to have him here next Wednesday. So those members with questions to Interior on matters security and others, be available to prosecute your issues on Wednesday next week. Secondly, we will dispose of orders 8, 9, and 10. Order 8 is very straightforward. The House was misled by one enthusiastic member to cast a negative vote on an ADCO bill, which was a consensual bill, having passed, I think, in the other House as well. It was brought to the House Business Committee, and a motion to rescind the resolution of the House was approved. I expect that to be moved, seconded, and disposed of. Then after that, we'll go to questions and statements. Not questions to the Minister, but any other questions. Before that, also allow me to acknowledge in the Speaker's Gallery, Olmanyata Secondary School from Subukia, Nakuru. When you are mentioned, you stand up, students, to be acknowledged. Thank you. Take your seats. Katakala Secondary School from Narok, North Narok. Thank you. In the public gallery, SCK St. Luke Primary from Chesumei, Nandi. Coast Central Adventist School from Muvita, Mombasa. Kapche Protwa Liberty Academy from Konoin, Bomet. I have been asked by the member for Chesumei to take a minute to welcome the school from his constituency. You can do so for the rest of the schools so that we don't duplicate the efforts of the House. Give him the mic. Give the mic to Polo. He's standing and you're putting elsewhere. There you are, next to you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this golden opportunity. However, the students in the public gallery have been taken out. I don't know why, so I'm not very sure whether the students...
You can acknowledge them in absentia.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Let me welcome the students from Chesumei to the House, the 13th Parliament, and tell them welcome. Let them work hard so that they can also be members at some point. And all the other students who are visiting Parliament, this is a house of records. This is a house of leaders, and you're the leaders for tomorrow. So congratulations that you have all come. I'm aware that there is St. Luke's Biribiriet. I'm aware that there is PAG Jerusalem, and I'm also aware that Kapsabet Girls High School also are on their way here, and also Isidore Kombe from my constituency. However, all the students, you are welcomed. Thank you so much. Feel free and watch the proceedings. You will be leaders for tomorrow. Thank you.
On my behalf, yes, member for Nyando, what is it?
Honorable Speaker, I just wanted to acknowledge your generosity. Last week and this week, we have had so many children coming to be attending our proceedings. And I hope, Honorable Speaker, that this kind of generation which you are helping mold today through such kinds of visits and tours will have a paradigm shift on the conduct of what we can see now and what we expect in future generations. So this is a testament, Honorable Speaker, that you really love the children. Just as Christ said, let the children come to me, you have given them an opportunity to come and see what is happening here. Today I was walking in town, Honorable Speaker, and I could see lots of schools within town. And when I prodded them to know what they were doing in town, they said, we have a date with Parliament in the afternoon. And Honorable Speaker, this is a step in the right direction. And I hope these children will, as they take over from us 30 years from now, that they will emulate the conduct of the current members of Parliament and not the conduct of the other generation out there. And I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
In fact, yesterday alone, this house was visited by 60 schools. Shabir, I'm told, actually yours is a motion, and it was balloted, so I'll come back to you to give notice of that motion. Go to order number 8.
Order number 8, motion, rescission of a resolution of the House.
Okay. Owen Bayer.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, they need to pay me for doing their job.
They need
to be waniangalie vizuri as they do their job.
Which job?
The majority whip and the minority whip.
I pay you a salary for doing what you are doing.
for the leader of majority. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 49.2a, this House resolves to rescind its decision of Thursday, 24th July 2025, with respect to the second reading of the Elections Offence Amendment Bill number 2, Senate Bill number 28 of 2024. Honorable Speaker, like you you aptly put it, Honorable Speaker. This is in regards to the motion on election offences, for which, Honorable Speaker, a decision was supposed to be put and a question was put, but like you said, there was someone misled the House to make a decision that actually was not what members intended to do, Honorable Speaker, because Standing Order 49 allows us to actually rescind a decision, Honorable Speaker. We come before you and before this House to request the members to agree to this procedural motion that we rescind this decision so that, Honorable, Speaker, we can move on. Honorable Speaker, if you allow me, I'll request the Honorable Mabona to second this motion. It's a procedural motion. We take a vote and then move to 9 so that we can make progress, Honorable Speaker. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I wish to second the motion and indicate, Mr. Speaker, that we have multiple roles, and sometimes when you are overwhelmed, it becomes very difficult to stay focused. And so this gives members an opportunity to relook at the issues that we've done, and especially because these are issues that relate to NADCO, that the country has been challenging us, especially those working around the broad-based issues and our 10-point agenda. And one of them is the issue of the NADCO report. And Mr. Speaker, therefore, I'm even glad that we have more than enough quorum so that members can very soberly and consciously look at the issues that we are dealing, especially around electoral laws. Thank you, and I second.
Thank you. Member on his feet, take your seat. Patrick Macau, Commissioner, take your seat. Carola Mondi, what is it?
Honorable Speaker, I was just wondering, because I'm hearing a lot of talk about NADCO report.
About?
NADCO report, and that we are supposed to adopt it. But the reality is there are a lot of illegalities in that report, constitutional illegalities, that we need to debate. We can't just be chaperoned to adopt it.
In fact, that is the more reason why you should support this motion so that the bill comes back and you can debate it.
But if it had been rejected?
Yes, Millie?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I very reluctantly wish to educate my classmate from primary school to the university. And my neighbor in Suba North is in Suba South and Suba North, because he's talking broadly about a report. The report was actually then looking at various amendments. So we are not talking about the report in overall. We are talking about specific issues in regard to the report. So you are going to be given an opportunity to look at each issue on the NADCO report as they arise, so that we are not choir members singing without music. Some of us are excellent dancers, and even people have been accusing me to dance, that I danced before Farouk Kibet. Mr. Speaker, me, I dance. Even I was suspended in Form 2 for dancing. The first time I was ever suspended in school. In the high school, I was suspended for dancing in the library. So I want to just inform Honorable Karoli that be vigilant. It is good that the standing order gives us an opportunity to relook and be keen and be vigilant, as smart as I am.
I have not proposed the question. Let me propose the question. Merely, I confirm that you also danced before me at a funeral. I now propose the question, which is that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 49-2A, this House resolves to rescind its decision of Thursday, 24th July 2025, with respect to the second reading of the Election Offences Amendment Number 2 Bill, Senate Bill Number 28 of 2024. Majority, you want to say something?
Honorable Speaker, allow me, Honorable Speaker, to just make a small contribution in regard to this matter, and to thank the Minority Whip for informing her neighbor and classmate, the Honorable Karoli Omondi. First, that it's true, it is not the NADCO report that we are voting on. We voted on the NADCO report last year, and it was adopted by both houses. And consequential to that adoption, there are certain legislative proposals that were in this House and others in the Senate. This is one such legislative proposal, the Election Offences Bill, that was initiated in the Senate. They passed it, and it came here for concurrence, and we debated it last week. I think Honorable Karoli Omondi last week was very busy in the constituency, and he may have missed that opportunity. But as a Deputy Leader of Minority, I said, inadvertently, last week, another bill in the Senate, which was to be rejected. So members were, and therefore inadvertently rejected this bill, which we intend to proceed, and that is why we are rescinding that decision of the House in line with the Standing Order 49-2A that allows us an opportunity to be able to rescind a decision which, as the case was here, was inadvertently passed by the House. And therefore I want to plead to members that we support this procedural motion so that we go to the order number 9, where we'll now make the right decision in affirming and passing this bill to proceed to the Committee of the Whole House later. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Having been a contribution, I invite the mover to reply.
I'd like to urge members to pass this because this is a procedural motion. And because it is a procedural motion that is meant to do something very important and fundamental that's before this House, Honorable Speaker, I urge that members vote for this procedural motion and remove.
Order, members on their feet, take your seats. Honorable Order Mawade, freeze. Of Standing Order 49-2A, the second reading of the Electoral Offences Amendment Number 2 Bill, Senate Bill Number 28 of 2024. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary?
Number 9, the Election Offences Amendment Number 2 Bill, Senate Bill Number 28 of 2024, second reading. Question to be put.
Members on their feet, take your seats. Take the nearest seat. Kizairo, where is your nearest seat? First, consequent upon your decision at order number 8, question, which is that the Election Offences Amendment Number 2 Bill, Senate Bill Number 28 of 2024, be now read a second time. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Election Offences Act. Order number 10, motion, approve National Assembly Bill number 70 of 2023.
Order, members. Order, Major, take your seat. Freeze where you are. Honorable members, I now put the question at order number 10, which is that pursuant to the provisions of Article 113.2 of the Constitution and Standing Order 153, this House adopts the report of the Mediation Committee on the Gambling Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 7 of 2023, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, sorry, honorable members, these clerks at the table are misleading the speaker. They told me we're putting the question. I'm told it's for debate. So we rescind that, go back to number 7. First, go back to number 6, invite the member for Kisumu Town East to give his notice of motion.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to give notice of the following motion as an expression of concern on the Middle East conflict, that aware that among the rights enshrined in the United Nations Charter on Human Rights is the right to life and self-determination by the people. Cognizant of the fact that the Israeli occupation of Palestine territory in Gaza and the West Bank has been characterized by disproportionate and indiscriminate use of force. Concerned that this has deepened the humanitarian crisis in the region, including destruction of infrastructure, widespread civilian casualties, and willful killing of Palestinian civilians, including children, in the occupied territories by the Israeli army. Noting that these grave breaches amount to war crimes, flagrant violations of international humanitarian law, and crimes against humanity. Concerned that the recent escalation of hostilities between Israel and Iran, including cross-border strikes and retaliatory attacks, threatens to engulf the wider Middle East region in conflict. Recalling that Kenya has previously suffered attacks on its soil as a result of Middle East conflict, including the 2002 attack on the Paradise Hotel in Kampala. Appreciating that the United Nations, as General of Palestine territories and urging, including the regional powers and the United Nations Security Council, to intensify diplomatic efforts aimed at achieving an immediate ceasefire, facilitating humanitarian access, initiating inclusive peace negotiations in the Middle East. Appreciative of the role of Kenya has played constituting crimes against humanity created by Israel. This House, 1, expresses concern over the dangerous escalation of hostilities in the Middle East that has threatened international peace and security across the Middle East and beyond. Reaffirms Kenya's proactive commitment to peaceful resolution of disputes through negotiation, diplomacy, and adherence to the principles of United Nations Charter. Urges all parties to the conflict to protect civilian lives and infrastructure in accordance with the Geneva Convention and the international humanitarian law, to exercise maximum restraint and immediately cease further acts of aggression, including aerial bombardments, missile strikes, and other form of military escalation, and calls on the international community, including the United Nations and the regional powers, to intensify diplomatic efforts aimed at de-escalating and restoration of dialogue and the return to the frameworks of international law. I thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Shakil. We'll now go to order number 7.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable members, before we go to statements, allow me to acknowledge, because of the large volume of students visiting Parliament, some I may call out who have left. In the Speaker's Gallery, Keringate Primary School from Kuresoi South, Nakuru. In the Public Gallery, Father Toblino Academy from North Hor, Marsabit. Marigu B Primary School from Subukia, Nakuru. Kathera Primary School from South Imenti, Meru. Luak Girls Comprehensive School from Rarieda, Siaya. Mutongwi Comprehensive School from Kitui West, Kitui. Kamirithu Primary School from Limuru, Kiambu. I've been asked by the Honorable Otienda Molo to give him 1 minute to welcome Luak Girls. In the process, welcome all the schools present.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to welcome pupils from Luak Girls Primary and Comprehensive School, as well as all the other schools that have been mentioned to this august house. Mr. Speaker, I want the pupils to know that this house is the premier entity that shapes this country. And I want them to know that in life is defined by respect, by hard work, and the fear of God. And that as long as you inculcate all three, you will go places, whether it's in this house or in other areas of life. Mr. Speaker, Luak Girls is a very old and prominent girls' school that has produced many, many people who have shaped the life in this country. In the last year's exams, they emerged #1 in the whole of Luak County. And that despite a tragedy that befell them. One of their dormitories burnt down to ashes, but fortunately it did not injure any of the girls because of the good precautions that the school takes. Mr. Speaker, I welcome them here. I urge them to work hard. And the fact, Mr. Speaker, that there are upwards of 60 schools that come to this august house is actually testament that Parliament is still respected in this country. But it also means that we as members of Parliament must remember that respect and behave accordingly. But Mr. Speaker, on a different note, in the earlier motion, you had said there's a member who had misled the House. Mr. Speaker, misleading the House is against the standing orders, and it is punishable. Mr. Speaker, I thought you would mention who that member is and then punish accordingly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Member for Siaya, Christine Ombaka, I give you 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to greet the students from Luak Girls.
You don't greet them, you acknowledge their presence.
I acknowledge their presence, and I want to encourage them and tell them that the sky is the limit. Anybody can reach anywhere. I never knew that I would be in Parliament myself, and they should also realize that they can be in this house in future. I know that Luak has a good name as a school. It is one of the best national schools that we have ever had. The results are always very good, and I want to tell them that a lot of them can come here and be politicians, apart from being in other professions. You are welcome to, I acknowledge your presence, and please continue to come here to see the debate that is generated here, and how you too, in the schools where you carry out debates, you can emulate what is going on here. Thank you, and we shall see you at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Statements. The first one, member for Suna West, Peter Masara. to make a personal statement regarding the demise of his son, and we give you, like we did, our collective condolences.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to provision of Standing Order number 442E, I wish to make a personal statement regarding the untimely passing of my beloved son, Hilary Masese. Mr. Speaker, no parent is ever truly prepared.
Raise your voice a bit.
No parent is ever truly prepared to bury a child. The death of my son unsettled a sacred order of life, leaving behind a gap that no word can truly fill. Hilary Masese was not only my dear son, but a friend. To many, and a light to our family. Where the loss was deeply personal, the grief was widely shared. I felt that I did not walk this painful journey of 10 months and 17 days visiting ICU alone. Members of Parliament visited, called, prayed, and stood with me. I was comforted by the warmth, the solidarity, and the compassion extended to me and my family. Was comforted the warmth and solidarity and compassion that extended to me by my colleagues in the Honorable House, friends across the country, Hilary's colleagues at Kenyatta National Hospital, and the people whom I have the honor of serving, the great people of Sona West. Even as we continue to mourn Hilary's passing, we also celebrate his life. I take solace in knowing that he now rests in eternal peace. Honorable Speaker, I take this opportunity to sincerely thank each one of you who stood with me and my family, those who visited, called, contributed in one way or the other towards the dignified send-off of Hilary. I also wish to acknowledge the strong support from the people of my constituency, colleagues, neighbors, friends, the business community, and religious leaders who relied around me. I must sincerely thank this House for offering me the shoulder to lean on at my hour of need, led by the Right Honorable Speaker himself, the honorable members of the National Assembly, and the senators. The emotional, physical, and generous financial support are the reason I stand strong before you today. Honorable Speaker, I cannot fail to thank the religious leaders from all denominations who stood with my family in prayers and spiritual support. Though Hilary's time with us was brief, his impact was lasting. I stand before this House today stronger because of the kindness extended to my family. For every call, every visit, every prayer, every contribution, I say thank you. May Masese's soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And by extension, I want to thank our whips who were really mobilized members for contribution. Honorable Ivo Bara, Honorable Pasaris, Honorable Elachi, Honorable Suda, and my committee members, the Committee of Budget Committee and Committee of Administration and Internal Security, and all members. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and let Hilary's soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Peter Masara. Next, Ibrahim Sane.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding disappearance of Mr. Hussein Abdirrahman Mohammed. Honorable Speaker, Mr. Hussein Abdurrahman Mohammed of ID number 2672739 is a resident of Wajir County and was serving as the manager of Wajir Huduma Center. He disappeared on Tuesday, 8th July 2025, having been last seen attending an official function presided over by the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service and Human Capital Development. Since the event, he has never returned home, and despite numerous efforts by his family to trace or contact him, his whereabouts remain unknown to date. This unexplained disappearance has caused great anxiety among his family members, colleagues, and the wider community. He was a dedicated and committed civil servant. Therefore, his sudden absence raises concern and alarm across the constituency. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. 1, a report on the status of investigations into the disappearance of Mr. Hussein Abdurrahman Mohammed. 2, the measures taken by the government to ensure that Mr. Hussein Abdurrahman Mohammed is found and reunited with his family. And finally, the steps being taken to enhance the safety and security of residents in Wajir North constituency, including measures by security agencies to promptly investigate and resolve cases of missing persons. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Kainan, you want to joyride?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Hussein, I want to thank the Honorable Senate for bringing this statement. The Speaker, Mr. Hussein Abdurrahman, who is also nicknamed Hussein Moy, is a manager or was a manager of Wajir Huduma Center, very senior officer. Mr. Speaker, to date, almost a month, even the ministry, the line ministry, the department, and all the other concerned individuals in the government have not even attempted to brief the public. Mr. Speaker, in addition to the statement by the Honorable Senate, allow me also to request the chairman, Mr. Speaker, because this is a very senior public servant. Mr. Speaker, we do not know the circumstance. The last time he was seen is when he reported to work, and yet, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Public Works, the Ministry of Public Service, the Public Service Commission, the Huduma Directorate, none of these entities have made an attempt even to say this is what they are trying to look at, Mr. Speaker. Meaning, therefore, it's like an assumption has been made. Mr. Speaker, I want to request the chairman, in addition to the statement here, to find out the report that has been made by the family in Wajir, whether that report has been investigated, and if it has been investigated, is it the Wajir police? Is it the Wajir CID? Is it the CID headquarters here? And what is the summary investigation of this officer who has been missing, Mr. Speaker? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Jeho, 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to add my voice to this particular issue. We are missing a particular officer who works for the government, a very senior officer, Mr. Speaker. We feel like the police are not doing their work. Mr. Speaker, we are asking the police officers, the authorities involved, to bring this particular person, whether dead or alive. Thank you.
Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, you quite understand that we have a backlog of many unresponded statements. And given the urgency of the matter, I know this is a civil servant who's gone missing in Wajir. And this is the county that we still had the MCA who disappeared or got missed for quite some time. I may not give a comprehensive, Honorable Speaker, but maybe, Honorable Speaker, if you will allow, you give me maybe on Thursday to do a preliminary one as we wait a comprehensive report, respond. Thursday, next week. Yes.
Thank you. There's one or two members. Naisula, who approached the chair. Naisula?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise on a point of order. I had asked a statement to the chairperson of Energy in regards to frequent blackouts in Maralal Town, Samburu West constituency, Mr. Speaker. That was before we went on recess. As we speak now, there is no electricity in Maralal for the last 2 days, Mr. Speaker. And even today when it has come back, there's low voltage. Mr. Speaker, I would like the chairperson of Energy to respond to that statement and to take this matter very seriously, because the people of Maralal deserve to have electricity and frequently. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair, Energy. Any member from that committee? Majority Leader? There's a protestation from Naisula that she requested for a statement on incessant blackouts in Maralal that has never been responded to for a little while. Can you instruct the chairman of Energy to bring a response on Wednesday morning?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I'm aware the chairman and the vice chair were engaged in another meeting with the ministry, both Gekaria and Honorable Aramat, and I will get that information to them.
Thank you.
Speaker for that direction and also Majority Leader for that commitment, but which Wednesday? Tomorrow?
Wednesday. Today is Wednesday.
So, no, I wanted today, later.
Today we have, I said Wednesday morning. We're definitely past morning. So it's next Wednesday morning, Naisula. Yes, Honorable Kainan.
Mr. Speaker, I also requested for a statement from the chairperson of the Committee on Blue Economy, Water and Irrigation, sometimes back on 9th April, Mr. Speaker. And
on
today,
9th?
April this year. It's quite some times. And this was a very important issue, Mr. Speaker, regarding the status of water and sewerage system in Wajir Town. And Mr. Speaker, you are aware, we are the only county that use bucket latrines, donated to us by the Italian war prisoners, Mr. Speaker, Second World War prisoners in 1939. I really want to plead with the chairman to give us an answer, however difficult it might be, and I know it's very difficult, to bring an answer as soon as possible.
Chairman, Water and Blue Economy, any member? Any member of Water and Blue Economy, Majority Leader? Similarly, tell Honorable Kangoko Bowen to bring a response to Kainan on Wednesday morning next week.
Most obliged.
Honorable members, allow me to acknowledge in the Speaker's Gallery Transcend High School from Cherangani in Nandi. I didn't know there is Cherangani in Nandi. Clerk, is this correct? Cherangani is in Trans Nzoia. So you've written Cherangani Nandi. Be that as it may, Transcend High School from Cherangani, Kaundu Secondary School from Mwingi North Kitui, and in the public gallery, Omama Academy from Bobasi, Kisii, and Kipletito Comprehensive School from Aldai, Nandi. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Next order. Yes, Gonzarai.
Statement which was supposed to be responded by the chairman, Interior.
Sorry. You heard?
A statement which was supposed to be responded by chairman of Interior about the abduction of Charomai, 16th of July, 2024.
Interior Chair, are you ready?
Speaker, I did commit to give a preliminary one tomorrow, Thursday.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
So we are still within time.
So Gonzarai be here tomorrow. Njeri Maina. Order, Njeri, you can't do that. While Njeri is finding her way, Omulher Harun. Yeah. Yes. Tongoyo, these are responses. Are you ready for Njeri?
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, I'm ready.
And Omulher?
Yeah, I do.
So go ahead, give Njeri's first. Njeri,
Yes.
take your seat and be orderly and listen to your response.
It's a long one, but I'll try to rush through. Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Member for Kirinyaga, Honorable Jane Njeri, had sought a statement regarding incidents of human trafficking in the country, and in particular, he wanted to know measures put in place by the government to strengthen the enforcement and operationalization of the Counter Trafficking in Person Act, including and plan to address the emerging gaps in legislation, policy, and implementation. Secondly, action taken to safeguard Kenya's porous borders to curb the entry and exit of human traffickers and their victims. And thirdly, to safeguards established to ensure the safety and the well-being of Kenyans seeking employment opportunities abroad. Honorable Speaker, I respond as follows. In question number 1, Honorable Speaker, the following measures have been put in place to strengthen enforcement and operationalization of the Counter Trafficking in Person Act 2010. The National Police Service actively monitors recruitment agency to prevent the involvement in the human trafficking in collaboration with the Ministry of Labor and the National Employment Authority. The frequent inspections are done to ensure all agencies